No recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it.
Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
That lady! Mike 59! Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford, he completes it to Jones. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Switch to 20.
Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the leg. Switch. Check 24, check 24. Mike 40. Here we go. Lock in.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Watch the run. Check. Hey, ball. You got time.
They run with David Montgomery, the third-round pick from Iowa State. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First down, a run with Cohen. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Tight guard, tight guard. Ran, go. Catch you. Jump.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Go! 180! Let's go one more! 36! 36! That's
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal. Go now! 51's the mic, 51's the mic. Record! 51's Mike! Mike's 51! We ain't giving up nothing today!
Here is Montgomery on 3rd and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. The kick by Pinheiro is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Shoot! Alert!
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Clinton Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Here's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. From the red zone now, Stafford. And this is caught by Kurz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A carry now for McKissick. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They come out here in the eye.
I don't think you got it, son.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
50. 58, right there. No game on this defense, no game.
To Johnson again. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Get up! 180! 25 to Mike. Rip right. Check 43. Show up. Alert.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
25. Check 25. Check nickel. Sponge. Alert. Alert.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Get up! 180! 25 to It's our time.
Move.
Check. Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Check three.
This is Cohen.
Go.
A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Get up! 180!
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Under crunch. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Move. Yes.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
180!
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
18.
I'm here all day. Check.
Move.
Check.
They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Stafford. Jones has it, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. 280.
Check. 59. Come to Wild World. We want it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Know your job. Jump 22.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
It's gonna be a long day. Tighten up, tighten up.
Hey, 5-0. Hey.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner, Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
I hope you brought your lips because I'm about to take you.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, come on, now. Come on, now. 51's the mic, bro. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Steve.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. On first down, Montgomery down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now Cohen. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. This is taken at his 4. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 3.
Again, it's Cohen. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Easy work. It's easy work.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Watch the screen. 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 Alert.
Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And down to the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Check 37. Check. Hey, 18.
Wide motion.
Red, go.
Check. Fresh.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Alert.
Check 15. Watch out.
Alert.
Slam. Shift. Pick the edge.
General West.
Watch the edge.
They try again with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's McKissick. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Red 80.
Here's Mike. Hey, let's go.
Cut.
58, go on. 58.
Play 50.
Hey, watch the slam.
Cut.
3rd and 2, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Set. Yellow 80. Yellow 80.
You can't block me.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
58, right over there. Right, give me radar. 58, right there.
They go to Johnson again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Mike, set, lady.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Akeem Hicks able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
180.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Red.
Check. Watch the safety creep. Watch twist. Check. No.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
3rd and 4.
Let's get it.
180.
51, Mike, 51.
Red.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Now Trubisky lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0.
70.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go.
Now Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now on 2nd and 13, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken near the 13. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
2nd and 6 at the Lions' 15-yard line.
Stop! 180! I got you, son! I got you, son! Say! Check 31! Check 31! Switch! Yeah, word!
On second down now, it's Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Yeah. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Check 13! Check 13!
Montgomery, not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
59!
Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cohen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run. This is Cohen. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give to Cohen. He heads right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On 3rd down, Montgomery. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And this one is right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that